Good day and welcome back to Fancy Football. This is Euro 2024 coverage, and we'll be looking at Group D today, where we have Poland, Netherlands, Austria, and France. I think this is for me the second group of death so far so good among the four groups we've looked at in the Euro 2024 group analysis. With me on the show today is no other than the usual suspect, Nonso Arizechi. Nonso, good afternoon, and how are you?
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to everyone, our viewers around the world. It was really nice to be part of the show.
Okay, guys, quickly let's dive into what we are here for. Group D. And Group D, like I said, we have Poland, Netherlands, Austria, and France. Poland, we know what they will come up with. On the table. They have players like Lewandowski, Mati Cash of Aston Villa, and they also have other players that can pull. They also pull their weight in Europe. So let's look at the Polish squad, and let's see what they will bring into this Euro. They hosted it in 2016 with Ukraine, and they didn't really go far, like we all know. But they still had gave a good account of themselves in that championship. So, what do we expect from this Polish team coming to this Euro in Germany?
I think they're not pushovers. To be sincere with you, they are not pushovers. They are one of the like say the very a team you expect them to do very well, and they've got players playing across the top five leagues in Europe, like you have seen on your screen. But
Yeah.
I think they've really not hit the heights you would expect them to. They've got some players who have been there for a very long time. They've been acting whether come on, are they part of the Polish family because they're like a furniture. The likes of Kamil Grugowski, who now plays in Poznan Szczecin, or the likes
Yeah.
of course, not forgetting Jan Benedek, who now is also in Southampton, and of course Robert Lewandowski, who needs no introduction, who plays for Barcelona. But they've got some younger players who are going to, hold their own in some of the top leagues in Europe, likes of Jakub Kior, who plays for Arsenal. Very good player. They've got a goalkeeper in likes of Lukas Krupski. He plays for Bologna. They'll be playing Champions League football for next season. They have Jacob Moda of Brighton and Hove Albion, a very good player. And not forgetting Nicolas Zuluski, who plays for Roma. I think they've got
Exactly.
some young players who are very good. Some of the old, let's say the old war horses, like they're not old, but they've been there for some time now. Like of Christoph Piantek, who plays for Istanbul Basaksehir as well. So it's a good blend of both experience and young players. But we all know that they've been underachievers in recent times. When Lewandowski was even at his highest peak, where he was scoring goals reckless abandon at Bayern Munich, he still didn't get, to get that goals into Poland, especially at the international stage. In the qualifiers, he always have a great run, score a lot of goals in the qualifiers, qualify them for the international tournament, but it seemed not to make as much impact as you would expect as the quality of players in the team. So maybe this could be the year where they could get to the quarterfinals, maybe the semi-finals, and at least push themselves. But from previous historical record, Poland doesn't look like a team who you would fancy to go far in the tournament, but they've got some good players, like I said, which I've listed, who can also cause an upset moving forward in the tournament.
Okay. You look at Lewandowski. He has been there for quite a number of years in that team, and it's a player that people have been looking up to, or the Polish have been looking up to. And I think this is his last tournament.
Could
Me and
be
you know that not could be, it should be his last tournament. He's 30 what? 30, 33 or
three.
thereabout. So we expect
If
him
you still play
to
at the World Cup,
take
they
the.
qualify.
He could still play at the World Cup. We expect him to take this team at least out of this group. But
Mm,
looking at the way the group is, you have Netherlands, you have France.
yeah,
Is it possible for Lewandowski and the group of Polish players to come out of this group?
it's possible. Netherlands are not as powerful as they used to be. They are not the biggest of teams when they have the Van Persie, the Robben. I think
Yeah, but you
it's gonna
expect them. But we still expect them. We expect them to come into this group and still get something out of it, even behind the French national team. Yes,
I quite
that
agree.
we see,
Because
we
of the
respect them.
quality
Yeah,
of players we've got. But it's because of the talent, not only because of the experience. Most of the players in the Netherlands national team right now are very young players. If your most experienced player is Memphis Depay, and maybe Virgil van Dijk, who is the captain of the team, then you ask yourself some questions. Not every player have got tournament experience. Maybe Van Hooks, who was there at the last World Cup, but not so many
yeah,
players in that team got tournament experience. Don't get Jeremy Frimpong, the Bayern Munich, the Bayern Leverkusen revolution. I think that we'll come to that very soon. But I think the talent does not inspire that much confidence that you expect from a team like they would. In those days, I would have said, okay, France and Netherlands will qualify. And then wait
yeah.
for any other person that has scrapped on the two. But I can't say that anymore. The only thing I can put my neck on for the sake of Christ is because of France and God killing Mbappe. The guy's got that X factor, to pop up on his day and then cause something to happen. So they've got a chance. They've got a goal scorer. I think they've got maybe not a fantastic defense lineup, but they've got at least a defense above average. They've got a very good goalkeeper in Jose Chesney, who's got his own. He can have his own, one moment of madness, one way or the other. They've got Skorupski as well for Bologna, who could also step in if possible, the other goalkeeper, if they would give him the chance. So, but most of the time, national football, we tend to go for experience, a player who has been there for quite some time.
Yeah, who have established himself.
Exactly. So for me, I think they've got a good team that can cause an upset. See, apart from France, the group is a bit wide open. We'll come to Austria and what they've got in their team. They don't have a tough team, but they've got some quality player. Marco, we'll come to that. Alaba and the rest of them. They've got some crop of players that can do very well. So for me, it's about Poland. See, apart from France, I think anybody here can be beaten. They come look at the squad they've got, have a go at the opponent. See, it's 50-50. A tournament game against them from 60-40. They then start from a 50-50 approach to relax me. So we can see how they pan out, but it's going to be, I tell you, this is that tough group to look, and it's a group you need to look out for heading into the Euro 2024.
Okay, from Poland to the Netherlands, or as we all know them before, Holland. Okay, Holland. This is Holland. And let's look at the Dutch national team and see what they will bring in. Yes, so you mentioned that that they don't really have tournament experienced players, but they still have the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Gigi van Heidam. They still have the likes of Deli Bling, experienced Deli Bling. You know where he played for last season. I wonder if Deli Bling was in that Girona's team that smashed Barcelona 4-0. Beat Barcelona home and away, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They still have Delete in that team. They have Nathan Ake. So they still have players with tournament experience in this team that will start. Yes, you still have them.
They've got some players.
They also have the former Manchester United loanee. What's his name? Woholt. They still have him in that team. So they have tournament experienced players in that team, whether we like it or not. Take it or leave it now. So you can't take. They still have Frankie De Jong in that team.
Let me tell you why I think they don't have the tournament experience that is required for.
No, tell me why. Tell me why.
One, you've got Matis Delete, Nathan Ake.
Yes.
Denzel Dumfries.
Yes.
Apart from Virgil van Dijk, I think look at the defense and the midfield. The best they've had is the World Cup. You can't go back to the last Euros. No, most of these players haven't played the Euros.
Were they in the Euros last time out? I don't think they were in the Euros last time out.
Did they even qualify?
No.
So they didn't even to tell you. So the latest you can go back is the World Cup. And that's because they qualified, and that's why you can see the likes of.
But that is where you have to judge them from, because they were in the World Cup and they were in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Give Argentina a run for their money. That is where we have to start from, because you can't go back to 4 tournaments ago, 2 tournaments, 5 years ago, and judge them from that.
But how many of these players
all these players we have mentioned, Memphis Depay, Virgil van Dijk, Dumfries, what's his name? Frankie De Jong,
absolutely,
Nathan Ake, Delete. Absolutely. But you still have the core of that team in this team here.
How do you beat
even Gini van Heijden was there in that tournament.
He was not in the World Cup squad. He didn't make it. That was when he had his downturn, when he was at Roma, remember? He didn't make it to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
tournament
yeah.
at the World.
Yeah, but it
He
doesn't
got
really
there.
matter. It
He
doesn't
got
really
there
matter.
himself.
It's an experience. Even you
Exactly.
still have hold on. You still have Stefan De Vrij, the core of that defense, in this team. So no, so I think they have the experience. They have the experience. You still have Steven
What I
Bergwijn
said
also
is,
in this team.
for me, and let's start from the defense of
Let's
goalkeeping.
start from the defense. Okay,
None of these goalkeepers have gotten tournament experience. No,
I
not
agree.
Van,
I agree. I
not
agree.
Frankie.
I agree.
No.
I agree. Let's go to the defense.
Van der Ven is making his. I don't think he's had up to 5 cap for the national team.
He can. He won't.
Uh,
I don't think he will. He won't start. Let's go.
Jeremy Frimpong
He
as
won't
well,
start.
who is likely to start. I think he's one of their best players.
He won't.
Right.
Yes, he will start at the right back. Let's give it to him.
No. What about Denzel Dumfries? Where does he leave Denzel
He will.
Dumfries? So,
I
cup
don't. I
finals
don't think
will
there's
be
a. I don't think there's a Dumfries will start ahead of Frimpong if they need speed.
at the
I don't think
moment.
he's gonna start. Yes, at the
Okay,
moment. But look at
you
the
have
core of the defense. Look at the defense, the central defense. You still have core of those players. Stefan De Vrij, you still have him there. The lead, you still have him there. Virgin van Dijk, you still have him there. So give it to them in that defense. There's experience in that defense. Take it or leave it.
I quite agree with you. But out
Let's
of
go
these
to the
players you
midfield.
mentioned, only Van Dijk started games at the last World Cup.
Only who?
Is what I'm saying. Only
Stefan
Van
De
Dijk
Vrij
started
was in
games.
that defense. He was in that defense. Go and take it.
No, he was in the defense, but was he a starter? If you went to see the
He
players,
was a starter. He was a starter in that defense.
Bentanake,
Stefan De Vrij was a starter. And in short, Stefan De Vrij is I think he has said more in this
that's one of the defenders.
Dutch team
Yes.
than Van
He's a
Dijk.
long-
So I think
Yeah,
there's
a long
experience
time,
in that,
I know.
and he has
But
won the league.
what about
He has won the league. He has won the league twice with Inter. So there's experience in that defense. Let's leave the defense.
The fact is not about him being longer. He's been long. See, about the whole player, he's the longest serving player than him and Gigi Wijnaldum, even more than Van Dijk.
Yeah.
But is he at that level as well when he walks into the national team? That's my
You don't
question.
expect. Okay, let's look at the Blin. Look at the Blin.
Also, Deliberate is also
In that team.
See, Deliberate is a push and start. You're not going to be sure of his fitness at the Euros. Don't forget, he had a lot of fitness issues with Girona this season. He's also push
Yes,
and
but
start.
he was still there, and it's a 6-game tournament to the final, and that's just it. That's what you
Anyway,
need.
that's the positive side of it. That it's a 6-game tournament. It's not a marathon. But at the end of the day, guys, see, I know there's quality in this team. Tijani Riders, AC Milan had a great season. Xabi Simons had a great season.
Yes.
Gravenberg, top Cook Miners, one of the best players, not the better player.
No, he had a fantastic season. I think for me he's the best. For me, he had a wonderful season. Left foot, right foot, he's always there, and it's a good weapon to use.
Yeah, Brian Bumbley had a great season with Ajax Amsterdam, Malin. But these guys are not players who have been here before. So,
no, don't mention this guy. No, so sometimes we speak as if the entire 26-man squad, all of them are going to start. Ronald Koeman has Ronald Koeman has these players in the disposal, and he has to decide how to use these players. I think it's left for him to decide who will be his starting 11 and who will be his second 11 going forward. I think they have a wonderful team, and they should for me they should comfortably come out second or win the group behind France. If France cannot win that group, they should comfortably win that group.
I think they should be able, like I said, with the quality of players at the team, they should be able to win the group. That's my take. But my question is, I repeat, do they have enough tournament players to drag? Sometimes you don't need to play very well to win tournaments. I've watched so many tournaments. I realized, like for the France national team, when the Chiefs were down against Argentina, Mbappe stepped up. When the Chiefs were down for Brazil at the 2022 World Cup, Ronaldo de Lima stepped up against England. Ronaldinho stepped up at some point. Rivaldo. Those are the players you want to look at as, this is where the X factor is coming from. Not so many of these players, to be sincere with you, has got the X factor. I want to say,
no problem. Somebody will step up. Somebody will step up. Must step up. That's it.
I want to say Memphis Depay, but we know that Memphis Depay and his journey around Spain in recent times. So
he's clubless now as we speak. He's clubless now.
Exactly. So it's for me. This is why I see it. But like I said, the quality in the team, the ooze quality is a top class squad. Ronald Koeman will be happy. I think he'll have a lot of header picking in his first 11. But at the end of the day, it goes beyond what team you take to the tournament. It talks about what which big boys can step up when the Chiefs are down. Sometimes you may play so well and you're missing chance, and then you just need Mbappe to get past 4 players and hit a shot from 40 yards. Or get past the players, do it on a solo run. That is what I'm looking at for this team. I can't seem to find that player. Maybe you would help me.
You have to watch them play. From Netherlands to Austria. This is the Austrian national team, and we expect them to come up with something. They are little unknown. Most of the players are really unknown at the international stage.
But who play some good teams, though. Let's not
yes, but
Freiburg, Max Wober, Borussia Mönchengladbach. You have Kelvin Downs, who plays in Lens. If you go down to look a little bit into the midfield, Karadlena, Bayern Munich, even though he didn't get much playing time this season, you have Master Sabitzer, what saw he do with Dortmund as well, an absolute good player. Christopher Bognat, RB Leipzig as well. If you come down to the attack, you have Patrick Wimmer. He scores lots of goals this year with Wolfsburg. He also scored the winner against Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. You have, and of course, Marco. Come on, how did I miss that man? Marco Arnautovic. Inter Milan. He won the league with Inter Milan this season. And you'll be relying on the man to do something, the magic, to get the magic out or use his magic wand. But they'll be missing the service of David Alaba. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to recover enough for this tournament. Their captain, their leader, their talisman missing. Alaphonic has gone, I think, 16 games unbeaten since he took over the job at Austria. But I think this is where the unbeaten run begin. The beating run will begin. Come on. With the quality of players they've got, when your best player is a certain Marco Arnautovic, who is already leggy and agey, they will have to now rely on in the midfield strength of Koradlina and, of course, Marcel Sabitzer. I think that's where their strength is. Looking at the goalkeeping department, looks a bit light. Rapid Vienne, Niklas Pendy, Hens Linda, Union. So, but come on, they should have enough, man. Let's be sincere. It's going to be a miracle. I think even the coach Rafranik knows, but it's all they draw. Even though, like I said, he has beaten some tough teams, both in the qualifiers and the friendly games. He's been unbeaten since he took over the job. But this is France, man. This is Netherlands, man. They could never shake Poland.
He has to try. He has to try.
He has to try, man.
You can only beat what is in your front, or what is given to you.
What is in front of him is as huge as Godzilla. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay, between Poland and Austria, who do you think we get that third spot at the end of the day?
Who? This is a tough one.
That is if everything goes as we are talking about here. France finished first. The Netherlands finished second.
Yes.
Who will finish third?
Exactly.
So who will finish third?
I think Austria, look at the form they're heading to the tournament. Poland has been abysmal. Like I said, they have to sneak into the playoffs. The team,
they've always sneak into the playoffs. They've always done that.
Always.
They've always done that.
When they get to tournament proper, they flatter to deceive again, as always. So I fancy Austria to get finished third and Poland finishing last. Though Poland has got more firepower, but I think this Austria team are more of a team under Rafranik. I don't know how he gets them to play together. And they got that X factor Arnautovic. If he does hit a ball from 50 yards, he's got that one moment of magic. Every team needs that. Everything, and that's why they've got Amarco. With Alaba, it would have been an added advantage because he could play as a center back, play as a left back, play as a midfielder. He could come help the team in attack as well, and play as the winger. But they'll miss that guy. Surely they'll miss him. But I think now the honor should now fall on the likes of Marcel Sabitzer, Liner, and of course Marco Arnautovic.
Okay. Let's quickly go. Finally, looking at these teams. Austria, this is their fourth championship they will appear.
Yeah.
Poland, this should be their fifth. I think the last time they went far was in, I think for Poland was in 2016 when they hosted it with Ukraine.
Yeah. And
for Austria, the last time they went far as well was in the 2020. They didn't even go far. They didn't come out of the group last time. But let's see if there will be a second time lucky in that group or in this group that they are in.
If I'm right now, I'll be eyeing the best result slot. I was okay. I cannot win France. Let me get something from it. I cannot win Netherlands. Let me get something from it. Let's beat Poland. Worst come to
and
worst, we'll
see
finish
and see and see what will happen at the end of the day.
if they get out of the group stages, I tell you, they've had a cracking tournament. No matter how you see it, man. It's that big, it's that huge for them. So, for me, it's one game at a time for Raflani, hopefully. And the good thing is that they enter into the tournament with a huge range of form, and they dare to believe. They dare to believe.
They have to believe. And for the Netherlands, this is their 11th appearance in the Euros. They've won it. Remember when the Netherlands won it? They said they didn't even qualify for the group for the tournament. But I think what really happened along the line was they had one of those countries in the Balkans had it was Yugoslavia, and so they have to draft the Netherlands in to replace to replace them, and they won that tournament. So I think that's the only international tournament they've won so far so good.
Yeah.
With respect to, and since then they've been puffing here, puffing there, going to the finals in the World Cup twice.
No, I think they're taking that Chivas tag from Spain.
From Spain, yeah. So
from Spain. They got to the final 2010 World Cup in South Africa. They got beaten by Spain. They got to the semi-final of the World Cup last time out again.
They've been to the finals of the World Cup twice. Remember when Johan Cruyff was in that team in the 1970s? They were in that final, if I'm not mistaken. I think I have to check. I have to fact check myself very well.
1998 against France.
No, against France. No. It was the Johan Cruyff. It was the Johan Cruyff time. I have to check. We have to fact check. Where that finals.
Who did France play in the 1998 World Cup? I think it was it Netherlands or Brazil?
It was Brazil 3-0, courtesy of Zinedine Zidane. That World Cup.
France beat Netherlands at the semi-final. They always get or about.
Okay. I think I've seen it. I've seen that they were. I think Johan Cruyff was it in the 1986 final. We have to check that. It was in the 1986 finals. Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff took them to that final, and they couldn't. Whether in the 1986 or the 1970 something final, but I think that is where it should be. So, but notwithstanding, this is what it is for the Dutch. So let's go to the almighty French national team. That will be led by different leaders because they have leaders in every part of the pitch, whether you like it or not. No, so no, this team has leaders. Take it or leave it.
I quite agree with you. The team is a bit star-studded.
And also, it doesn't mean that it doesn't really have weaknesses, but they have leaders from Alfonso Areola, West Ham, Brescia, Samba, Lens, Michael Magina, AC Milan. Yes, very nice. I think they have 3 world-class goalkeepers in their ranks. 3 world-class goalkeepers.
But Mike Magnon will be the man in goal because he's a fantastic AC Milan. When he went out in AC Milan suffered, they lost the league during that period. He's a quality goalkeeper. He's Hugo Lloris reincarnated in a black body. The guy is super good. The guy his stretch is good, his sprint is good, his spring is good, his lifting is good, his handling is fantastic, his service is nice.
Reflexes top notch.
He may not last long at AC Milan. A big club could come and snap him off his fingers and be playing Champions League football with some top team, maybe in England or maybe somewhere in Spain. That's what I can tell you. This Bamba is a very good goalkeeper. He was in the Champions League this time and with Lens. Alfonso Areola, we all know him at West Ham United. He displaced this guy to come to World War I, and Lucas Fabianski. In the defense, we've got Ibrahim Konate, William Saliba. They just have starters in their club. I think the only weaklings here has to be no other. I must call the name. Dayot Upamecano. He had a very terrible season at Bayern Munich.
First terrible season. Yeah.
Yes. Jonathan Klaus, Benjamin Pavard, fantastic player. Theo Hernandez. Unfortunately, his brother Lucas Hernandez could not join up with the team. He picked up an ACL injury, so that injury knocked him out. But Theo, to me, I repeat, someone should help me out. Is the best left back in the world at the moment.
Fantastic. I agree with you. I agree with you. I just think that he should be somewhere else rather than being at AC Milan for now. I think he should step up.
He's so top right now.
So looking at the midfield, let's see what they have.
N'Golo Kante, Eduardo Camavinga, Adrien Rabiot, Williams Emery, what a player he was for Paris Saint-Germain this season, winning the double with Luis Enrique. Yusuf Fofana Monaco, the guy is a horse. He was Aurelien Tchouameni. He needs no introduction. You look at the quality in that. Two players from Real Madrid, one from Paris Saint-Germain, one from El Ittihad, N'Golo Kante. We know what he brings to the table: experience, grit, skill. I watched him yesterday in the friendly game, and I could see that every ball, every time he was at the ball, he stopped everything that came in front of him. That's see, he might not be the young N'Golo Kante, but what he does,
The classic guy. It might not be the classic midfielder like the likes of Clarence Seedorf and other guys that
yes,
have played their trade, but I just think that he knows how to do his job very well.
he's a tireless worker. He doesn't see. If that's why I was surprised when Chelsea had to play him up front. Simple. Waste that energy marking people. And when he marks the ball, then release the ball to the likes of Chouameni, the likes of those boys who will do the passing for him. Why should he run around? Stop, pass, stop, pass. Anyway, but he's getting better with his passing range. I'm this is here, which I watched him yesterday. I saw some pass. I'm like, wow, this is N'Golo Kante. That would experience bring when you play for a very long time. You tend to begin to gather some other attribute that you're not normally accustomed with. But I tell you, this France team is deafening, really deafening. And then when you go to the attack, that kills it all for everybody. The attack is
so look at the attack.
Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Randa Kolo Muani, PSG trio. And then you go to Inter Milan and get Marcus Thuram. You get Bradley Bracola, the PSG boy who forced his way into this 11 and has forced Randa Kolo Muani to sit on the bench. And of course, Kingsley Coman, the one of the most experienced players in that squad. See, when you have Antoine Griezmann with a whole bulk of experience in his final international tournament, you have Kylian Mbappe, whole bulk of experience in international tournament. You have Kingsley Coman, and others are whiz kids from Ousmane Dembele. These are young, beautiful players that and you see the quality is oozing, man. You see
put Dembele as a whiz kid.
He hasn't stepped up now big time. He still has. He's a player. They say he always has a future, but he hasn't hit it big time. The guy can get past any defender in the world on his day. That's what Ousmane Dembele has got. He's got a left and right foot that is very, very quick and swift. He can get past any defender on his day. That's how good he is.
Okay, let's go into the final segment of this show, which is the prediction segment. I know where your crystal ball is shining to now. I know you're 1, 2, 3, but I want you to tell us personally now who are your 1, 2, 3 to qualify for this group.
Number 1 has to be the almighty France. You know, the finalists at the World Cup. The last the Euros is the finalists, semi-finalists of last time out. You know, they've been to how many finals now? 2 World Cup finals in a row. You know, so it has to be France, man. And then of course Netherlands, the quality is good. I fancy them to even get something against France because of the quality. But I still doubt that exactly on the long run when you get to knockout stages. France, Netherlands, Austria, Poland. I mean, Poland, both their best players are getting aging, from Gruevski to Lewandowski to Wojciech Szczesny. Those guys are not kids anymore. We knew when they started already. They call them the big era that refused to become big. Now they're getting old. Unfortunately, there are not too many quality young players coming up the ranks like as good as them, except a certain Kiwo, who this season has forced himself into the mind of Mikel Arteta. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. But I think this is how the lineup will be: France, Netherlands, Austria, Poland.
Okay, if you are watching Fancy Football, kindly subscribe, like, share this video, and help Fancy Football grow going forward. We will come tomorrow with the next group, which is Group E. I won't mention the teams. We all know the teams in Group E, but we'll get there by tomorrow. I think we are gradually coming towards the end of the group stages. Then not possibly, on Thursday we'll start going to the match by match. We'll look at match by match and what will happen in that match by match phases of the Euros. Okay, also thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you so much for your experience and amiable analysis of the Euros. So far, so good.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, me and you and the entire viewers of Fancy Football will take this channel to the next level.
Absolutely. That's it. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for liking our videos. Cheers, and see you tomorrow when we bring you another exciting edition of the Euro 2024 show.